Hello YouTube and welcome to a new Techsloth video. After 1 week with the new Apple iPad Pro, I have to give it back to the person who lent it to me. Thank you. But this video is all about the original Apple smart cover for the iPad Pro. For only 70 euros you get this smart cover. And yes, it is only a normal Apple smart cover, just bigger for the big iPad. And in comparison to the old smart covers for the iPad mini or the iPad Air, come on, you can really see a nice size comparison between those. And yes, the iPad Pro smart cover just looks ridiculously big in comparison to the other smart covers. But I really have to say one thing about the color. Black is a nice color after 1 week of heavy usage. I can't see any marks, any scratches, any fingerprints or so on the smart cover, and the silk or the soft tissue on the inside is still nice and looks really clean. Other smart covers looked really dirty after just a couple of days. Maybe it's only because of the black color. So I make it quick here. I like the smart cover, and it improves the way I use the iPad Pro a lot. You can use the device a lot better with the smart cover. But I tell you directly, I would not recommend it for 70 euros, because if you want to go with the iPad Pro and you want to be productive, and I mean the iPad Pro is not a big surfing device, it's something you want to work with. And then I would not spend 70 euros only for the smart cover. I would go all in, maybe get for 150 euros the Logitech smart cover case combination, or my favorite, the iPad, the original Apple smart cover with integrated keyboard for 180 euros. So again, 110 euros more than only for the smart cover. Yes, it's expensive, but if you want to do this, get all in and get the Apple keyboard. But keep in mind, you only get it with the English keyboard layout, not with the French, not with the German layout. You have to wait for this a couple of months maybe. But let's go into the close-up. And here we go. So I already opened up the smart cover and it's sturdy. Yes, it holds a lot of pressure, but don't push too hard on it. You can play around with, do all things, tap, push and do it. Yes, but don't push a lot on the edges on top where the smart cover is, because with a lot of pressure you will remove the smart cover. The magnet is not that strong, and in this angle the iPad will hit the table without any buffer here. And this is a normal way you open up the smart cover. This is an Apple way, and I think it's a stupid way. It's a stupid construction. Why? Because the inside is now the outside, and you get all the dirt, all the dust where you open up the iPad, you get on the inside, and then you close it again and you get all the dust on the smart iPad screen. And this is stupid construction. It would be better to let the outside still be the outside, so fold it the other way around. Yes, this one will hold too, but not as strongly. And Apple does not recommend it, and I really don't do too, because yes, you can still type and you can push, you can play, yes, but the iPad holds a lot less pressure before folding apart. You can't push as hard with this construction here, but it's still got one advantage. If it folds or hits the table because you push too hard, it will hit 2 layers of the smart cover as a buffer. So this is again nice. But let's go do it the normal Apple way. Open up the Notes app and let's start typing, because this is the main advantage of the smart cover. You get a nice typing angle here. Let me show you what I mean. Yeah, this is okay. I'm sitting a little bit strange behind the camera here, but let's do this. Let me show you what I mean with a little bit of exercise. You can really start typing on the iPad. No, on the iPad Pro with all 10 fingers. Okay, this was now slow because I had to think, I have to say something, I'm sitting not straight before it. But this is the first Apple iOS device or Apple iPad where you can really start thinking about typing on on-screen keyboard with all your 10 fingers. Yeah, this is something you can't do on the Mini. No, you can't do it on the iPad Air. You have always type with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 fingers, but not with whole 10 like you're used to on a normal keyboard. On the iPad Pro, this is possible, and it's already possible without the smart cover, yes, but with the smart cover, with the angle, it definitely feels more naturally, and it's typing more fluently. Definitely, with a little bit of practice, you can do it. Of course, the Logitech keyboard or the Apple keyboard would be still better for typing and you're faster. But this is the first thing where I start thinking about typing on screen with all my 10 fingers. This is nice. First device. What else? Also, the angle without the smart case, if you're carrying the device around and you're sitting down, putting it on your lap or in the bed or wherever, you get this flat angle. This is not really nice to watch or to type on or to operate the device. With the smart cover, it's definitely better to operate. It's nicer. You get a different viewing angle. Definitely better. There's a third option you can do without, of course, the smart cover. You can hold it with one hand up and then type and swipe. Yes, but this is not really comfortable because the iPad Pro is too heavy, even to hold it with one hand on your lap or so. No, this is nothing. That's really what I think is nice to do. What the smart cover can't do, or where it's really not as good as, is the horizontal mode. You get a strange viewing angle. You can't use it in a train, on the go, not even on a table, because your head is not on the same level as the iPad. No, the horizontal mode definitely does not do the trick for me. You can't change the angle. No, definitely not worth it. And so, this is it. This is all the smart cover can do for you. And my recommendation is clear. 70 euros, okay, it gets better, but 70 euros is a lot of money. I really recommend spending even more money if you want to type and get the Apple keyboard, the Apple smart cover with the keyboard integrated. You have to wait for it because it's sold out. You have to wait for the Apple Pencil, and my recommendation is also still wait to buy an iPad Pro. There are a lot of apps that don't support the iPad Pro resolution yet. They don't give you any special features. So you got all the covers, the pencil, the apps. Everything is not yet ready to give you the whole experience. So just wait 1, 2, 3 months. Sleep over it, check out, do a lot of comparison things. You won't miss anything if you don't buy the iPad Pro right now. So just keep this in mind. This is everything I can tell you about the smart cover. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you all in the next video. Bye!